Sometimes in the classroom, it's difficult to see the forest for the trees. You need to step back and get the big picture. There are so many ways you can improve as a teacher, but what areas should you focus on? Where should you direct your valuable professional development time in 2021? I might have some ideas to help you out. Hi, I'm Damien Herlihy and I'm one of Pavilion ELT's vloggers. And in 2021, we'll be talking professional development and looking at some great publications from Pavilion ELT that can help with that. In this episode, I'll be focusing on the aspects or skills of teaching that'll give you the most bang for your buck for your valuable professional development time. Also, make sure you stay till the end of the video because I'll give you a quick demo of a tool that can help you track your professional development this year. Is professional development a waste of time? Sometimes it can seem like that when one-shot sessions dominate your PD calendar. They all seem to follow the same format. You listen to a teacher or manager talk about a great new tool or activity. It's presented in a lecture style format that quickly puts you to sleep, and by the end of the session you've probably forgotten what they talked about and you never really see the benefit in the classroom. So what to do? Well, you need to be more methodical in deciding the focus of your professional development. One method is to apply Pareto's Principle to the skills of English teaching. I first came across this principle in reading a book called Practice Perfect. Put simply, 80% of your success in the classroom comes from 20% of your teaching skills or strategies. That means to become a great teacher, if you aren't already, is that you need to focus on the 20% and then practice them obsessively. In the past, I took more of a one-shot approach to PD at my school in Thailand, but I wanted to change all this by applying Pareto's Principle to my new professional development program. I wanted to find out what skills gave 80% of the results in the classroom. My aim was to divide my professional development into core PD, or the 20%, and support PD, i.e. everything else. This would then enable me to prioritize the most important skills for training. To get on my core PD list, the skill had to be used frequently across all classes. Also, what informed my decision were a range of books and research studies about teaching skills that have a high impact in the classroom. So, here are the skills that made it on my list. Giving instructions. Every lesson you're always giving instructions, probably multiple times. But when was the last time you did a PD on it? Feedback and error correction. Feedback can have a major impact on students' success in English, so it deserves a place here. Classroom management. It's a broad term, but once again, it's day to day. If you can't manage your class, you can't even begin to deliver your English lesson. Lesson planning. Something you need to do all the time, unless you're of the belief the 5 steps you take to get into the classroom is the time you plan your lesson. And storytelling and reading instruction. This skill is definitely related to the context of where I teach. At my school, the student population is very young, so we spend a lot of time on reading instruction and using story in the classroom. So that's my top 5 or 20%. It might differ from yours a lot because it can be very context dependent. For example, if you're teaching at a university, then writing instruction might make it onto your list. Okay, let's look at some good principles of practice from the book Practice Perfect. Once you have an idea of your 20%, you then need to practice those high priority skills more than anything else. Don't stop at good, keep practicing until you reach mastery in those skills. Do drills repeating those skills with minor variations. Don't be introducing new skills all the time. For example, if I do a PD on my 20%, I plan a series of sessions, not just one. In the sessions, make sure it's practical and the teachers have many opportunities to practice the skill you're focusing on. For me personally, in the past, I was talking too much in my professional development sessions. Now I let my teachers do the heavy lifting. This involves practicing the skill live in the classroom. For example, if we were practicing instructions, then in that session, teachers would need to design some instructions and then deliver them, just like in the classroom. Also, there needs to be quick feedback loops. This provides the best chance of uptake. And finally, there needs to be follow-up, either linked to a future PD session or an observation. All sounds familiar, right? Because it's probably the same kinds of things you do in the classroom to get your students better in English. In future episodes, you'll get a better idea of how to apply these principles to teaching skills like instructions and feedback. In your context, you might not have control over your professional development, but you can still take steps to personalize it. A good way to track your professional development is the MyCPD tool, which is free with your English teaching professional or modern English teacher subscription. Let's jump in and take a look at the tool. MyCPD is a digital tracking tool that gives you one place to log all your PD activity. Once you've created an account, you can then add articles that you've read from English teaching professional or modern English teacher. For example, here's an article I used to research this video. I can click on Save to MyCPD log and will then appear in MyCPD. You can then edit the record and make notes too. Also, you can add a record for other PD. So we can add in this video and put in some details about where, when, what you learned, and follow-up actions. To find out more about this PD tracking tool, go to English Teaching Professional and click on the MyCPD tab at the top of the page. Before you go, have a look at your own teaching context and apply Pareto's principles and see what you come up with for your professional development priorities. And then why don't you write them in the comments below. Also, remember to subscribe, like, share, and all that other stuff to keep up to date with everything that's happening at Pavilion ELT. Thanks for watching. And in the next episode, I'll be giving you a practical example of this type of PD in the skill of instructions. See you next time.